Hello guys, it's Paula. Today we are going to work on the altered book. Now, I did do the cover without you guys because I didn't know what I was going to do, and I just kind of came together. Have you ever just sat down and played and things just happen? Well, this is the cover. Now, I'm going to start down here at the bottom and let you see. Now, you know, the whole thing about this book is blue. I went ahead and put this blue fabric all the way around the book to the middle of the back book. Now, this is how chunky the book ended up being. You know, it is an altered book, but this is before we put ephemera in it. So this is what I have to say about that. We're going to do some ephemera in this book. I'm moving some of this stuff out of the way. Okay, now I don't want to go overboard or crazy or anything like that with the ephemera. Because, you know, you want to do some yourself at some point, right? So I'm going to leave the front inside cover empty because it's so beautiful. We don't want to, right? And so I've kind of laid some things in the book so that I know exactly where I want them. This book is still new and it's still got some moving back and forth to go through. And so we're going to use Fabra Fix and glitter glue. Okay. Those are the two that I plan on using. Now, this is a die cut that cuts these out. And I have given you the name of these before. You just go in and type in Pocket die cuts and you'll get all kinds of them. Okay, all right, so we are going to use this particular one on this page. Now I will tell you, this one will hook onto a notebook or a planner, and I didn't want it like that, so I plugged the holes so it wouldn't do it. And I just got glue everywhere. My husband is going to come in here wanting to know if I'm ready for dinner. He doesn't even know that I'm in here recording, so hopefully he didn't come blasting in here, you guys. If he does, I'm sorry. Okay. He's going to grill burgers tonight, and I'm sure he wants to do it before dark. It's kind of cloudy outside today. All right, I'm going to turn this, and what we're going to do today is basically decorate this book. Now, I have no big plans. It's going to be as simple as possible because we don't want it to, you know, be fancier than the actual papers, right? We don't want it to be over the top and then the papers be kind of... Now, I put that up a little higher than I probably would have liked, but I'm not moving it now. Now, I thought we could put a little bit of decorating on some of these. So maybe, I do have this cute little flower. I really think it's cute, and I only have one of them left. So let me get something else to go with it. I want to do maybe a little, I'm getting some cheesecloth or something. Cheesecloth or something to put on there. Oh, this is cute. I don't want to go crazy, but want it to be perfect either. There is this. And this adds a little bit of pink. I don't know if that's what I'm going to end up with or not. So hold on. Hold on for just a minute. I'm looking in my box of goods. This does not have lace in it, but it has all kinds of pieces of layering type stuff. It's got sari silk, which is a little piece of sari silk right here. Which kind of looks strange though, because it's not white. It's, you know, been stained. So I'm still digging. Sorry guys. Give me a second. Let's see if I can find something that's not quite so dark. I'm trying to find some little pieces here that might not be so dark. Let's see. All right. Now, I think I want to do this. And this one's almost too short, unless I turn it sideways. But I like that. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to add some kind of little button. But first, let's get this glued down. Okay, I'm trying to move things. You guys would not believe what my room looks like right now. Of course, I left it that way, you know, because I worked clear up to the moment I had surgery. And, let me make sure I got you in frame. Okay, so we're going to do that right there. Let me go ahead and put a little bit of glue there. Yep, he's prowling in the refrigerator. He doesn't know I'm in here yet. Okay. Okay. Come on, Paula. Let me put this, I think I'm going to put this right here. And then we'll put the flower. You know, it never looks like the first time you place it down. It always looks a little different. So there we go. And I see, for some reason, you would know I start off the very first page getting glue on my fingers, which means that it's, I'm going to be sticking to everything. So there's not a whole lot to talk about. I mean, with all that's on my mind is the pain I'm in, which you guys know is not easy if you've ever had hip surgery. I feel like my pain wasn't as bad last time. So I just threw in some buttons, random colors, because I didn't really know what I was going to do. So I'm thinking here, do we want white? Do we want white with blue? No. Oh, I like this button. It's not the right blue. But I am realizing here that there are so many different blues, okay? So we need to remember that. Although that one looks perfect. So let's do that button. Now, I'm going to get a little bit of twine out. Or string, I guess I should say. A little bit of string. And I'm just going to put this in where it will go down and back. Now, I don't want to bulk this up with like a lot of buttons and stuff like that. That is not my plan. I'm not sure. Let's do the crisscross. See if this turns out. I never can remember which way you go with which one. Oh, I got it right. There we go. Okay. Now, let's see. I'm going to double tie this. You don't have to if you're going to glue it down. But I'm going to be on the safe side here. So I don't, my nose is tickling. That's so weird. Okay. It's like I just want to scratch my nose. What's the old saying? Someone's coming, company's coming. I don't know. My mom used to say those old wise tales. Must be going to have company pulling in the driveway. That's what she would say. Okay, now I'm just going to put this here. Now, because it has those little double knots in the back, it will kind of lean to one side. And that's all right. I don't care. I have not had a pedicure and a manicure where I've gone and had it done since all this stuff happened. And I'm sure I'm not the only one. Because of my hip, you know, I really can't get down and do my toes. So I've had my husband. Now that is a joke. Okay, now here is a little bit of glue I'm noticing on the edge of this pocket. Now, as far as what goes in the pockets, I don't really know yet. But some things still have to be a surprise, right? Let me make sure that's straight. It looks a little bit crooked. But I think it's going to have to stay that way because, well, there we go. Now, I did some really cute tags up, but I don't think it's the right size for this book. But I want to show it to you. Where did I do with them? Oh, good grief. Oh, here they are. Isn't that cute? So I added, I collaged them, except for this one, it's just a piece of blue. But then I stitched them. I took all the scraps I used in this book and did some collage, big collage sheets and cut out different things. And this was a tag I cut out. But anyway, this flower is like this flower here. But see, this is, I mean, that's too much. I don't want it to be matchy-matchy. But I did make these cute little tags. Did several different things. You're going to be surprised. Well, you know, it's not like a ton of things, but enough that I think it's fun. I'm going to kind of clip that right there just so I don't think it, I'm not going to be able to put it down on the bottom. Yeah, let's see if I can get one right there. Just barely. Okay, so I'm going to skip the ones I don't have something laying inside them because some of them I do and don't. Now you got to realize this book is pretty, you know, it's got a lot of glue in it. It's not been worked out very well yet. You know what? I'm going to unhook those. Those are bugging me. Let me see if it looks like it's staying in place. Okay. So right here, I'm going to skip right over to the next pocket. our thing to decorate. Now, because we have a pocket here, I do want to point out, I'm not inking anything but the ephemera. The ephemera will be inked in the top of any pocket. Now, you're probably thinking, why are you doing the top of the pocket? Well, because I want it to stand out. And it would have been smart. I couldn't decide. I thought that I didn't want to do the pockets. But I want it to be just subtle. You know, I don't want it to be super obvious. And you got to be careful not to get it on the back cover. If you're concerned about that, you can add some scrap paper. Oh my goodness. There went the bowl of clips. Okay. There we go. Now let me move those. Those are going to be in the way through the whole video if I don't. Okay, so see, we just did this little bit. And that's because I just want it to... Because some of them actually look like they run into the same page. So we don't want it to look that way. All right, so we're going to need a journaling card or something for this. And so I did make a few. So as long as we have some, we might as well use them, right? And aren't these birds adorable? This is by far my favorite layout, I think. I may say something different later. So these are the journaling cards that I've made. I haven't made very many. I haven't pulled out my other stash. So it's a lot of blue, But I did add a little bit of lavender and purplish, bluish, lilac. I don't know. You name it. In the bluish, purplish family. So I'm going to put this longer one in here. Now, I did pop up this little butterfly, and I put several layers of flowers. First, I put some of Tim Holtz in that just looked too flat. So I started layering them, and it ended up with several. So there we go. Now, mind you, all of this is something you can decorate on, you can write on. You can write on the back of the journaling card. And again, it's been inked. So you've got a lot of writing space, or you can write in here, which, see, I'd have fun writing in here. Okay, now let's go to the next page. Now, the reason some of these don't have designs yet is because I haven't got that far. I haven't decided what I want to do for the ones that have lines. We may do just little clusters or something. Now, on this page, we're going to do a couple things here. We're going to ink the pocket first. I got to get my act together. I got stuff everywhere. Oh my goodness. I got a new dauber sponge, and of course it doesn't want to fill up with that much ink, even though I filled up my ink. I got my ink out and added some. Okay, so now I'm going to put that there. Now this needs to be inked, and I'll tell you about this as we go along. I took the big bird picture that you saw on the previous page, and I made this into a pocket. It's very thin because that was my point, was to try to make it as thin as possible. Now, I did not ink it, and now it's going to look like it's nothing but inked because it's super light. And now my ink is wanting to go crazy. See right here? And that's okay. It doesn't bother me. Now, when you use paper this thin, you don't want to go crazy putting things in the pockets. One thing is enough for each pocket. And so you might think, why did you make it that thin? Well, I didn't want to bulk up the book. And honestly, I made this when I saw this background. I thought it'd be cute with something with the birds. And so that's kind of what I did. I made it kind of like a library pocket in a way. And so it would kind of have a place to put personal information, or of course the whole thing's personal. But you can do whatever you want with it. But be gentle, because this one is not super heavyweight. I will link the different people in the box below, or my husband will. We're going to put this over to the left here. Now, I am going to leave it where you can use the back as a pocket also. So you're going to end up with 4 places to put journaling spots. So that's not too bad, right? I got too much right there. I'm telling you. Feel like I've not been in my scrap room forever. But I have. I've been piddling in here. Probably more than I should. My husband scolds me. All right, so I'm going to put it down in the left lower corner here. I'm going to try to get a little further down this time. The reason this paper is thin on this little pocket is because I just used it. I had leftover papers, and some of them were on copy paper, and this was on copy paper, and I just couldn't bring myself to not use it. I don't know about you guys, but I am so ready to get out. I want to go to Hobby Lobby. I want to go to Joann's. I want to do all that. Even if I can't walk, I can get in one of those little scooters. I can just see that. Okay, so here we have this little pocket. Now, I do have one giant tag that I've made. Now, I don't know if it'll end up being the tag that we end up with in this, but I want to show you. See, this one may be too big completely. No, it'll be just right. I got it upside down. But I have it upside down, but I also want to wait till the glue dries. So let's put it right there for now. Now we have these other 2 pockets. Now, the way I think about this is I really don't have all my pockets done, all my tags done yet. But let's just see what it looks like, because things will get moved around. If we put that on this one right here, definitely want to put something small. Let's just see what this little tag looks like. Just put a little tag that's still going to cover the face there. So we may have to play around here. We may come up with some of these circles down in here. We'll see. We'll see. So like I said, we're not going to add any tags. But I just wanted to see if that one was too big. When I was making it, I was wondering, you know, Paula, I think that's going to be too big. So, all right. Now, I do have 2 more journaling cards, but I don't want to put journaling cards back to back. So, I also made envelopes here. So, I've got, I think like 4 envelopes I made. These have not been inked. And I'm not going to put you through that. But look at these little guys. Now, I don't know if you guys have ever taken a picture and tried to make an envelope where everything's in the right direction. Well, I did. And this is the closest I got. No, this one's upside down too. It was frustrating. You can get this. I did every scenario there was. Now, this one is kind of where you want it to be. But then over here, he's upside down. It made me crazy. Just, okay, there's the right side up. But then when you turn it over, see, it's just crazy. So I made 4 of these. Never did get it right. Tried everything you can imagine, but we're going to use them. And so I'm trying to decide which one. I don't want to put all bird, and stuff like that. But I think we'll probably use one of these in here. But I do want to add journaling card inside first. And so what we're doing in this video is just adding pockets. Pockets and tucks and so forth. So on this page, I'm not worried about covering things up in certain places. But now, like with this, I am not worried about this corner. And I made one of these little side pockets from book pages. And I covered the book pages because I didn't know what the language would be like. But I also wanted places to put journaling cards. So this has a little pocket right here too. And then up here it has a pocket. So let's go ahead and ink this. Now this one you can do like a giant tag, or you can do just paper or whatever. So let's get busy getting this down. I'm going to put it right there. So as soon as I get back full time, I don't know when that's going to be. We're going to do the giveaway. Okay, so we're going to put this down in this corner. There we go. I made some of the pockets and stuff because I wasn't sure how many I would need. I decided I'm going to hold off. This is an awesome book. It's completely different from even the other altered one I did. It's totally different from that as well. So there is that pocket, and then we have this pocket. Let's just see what it will look like with something in the pocket. That, of course, is too tall. But we can look, right? And let's see what. Oh, this one's, I don't want that to get wet. Let's do a tag. That one's too dark. I want to do some light. I want to lighten up some things and not just do collage stuff. Okay, I want to do some just regular tags. So moving along, go right here. Now, this does have writing inside it, but we're going to cover that. Now, I haven't read it. Let's hope it doesn't say anything bad. I don't see anything. So, but anyway, this is, oh, who is the lady that makes these? I was looking to see if I had her card right here, and I did earlier. Not done looking yet. I will link it below. Oh, what was her name? Midnight something. I will find it. It's inside this stack somewhere. So you could either put just whoever's picture in here, or you could do a family or a child. You know, you have to go in here, and this is not going to be a floating pocket, okay? It is going to be in the same spot as a pocket. And I'm going to fix it where you can do, if I can even get my paper in there, I'm going to fix it where you can have a pocket behind it as well. If I can ever get, good grief. There you go. So you can see here that we'll put a picture there, and then we'll have a tag behind it. So, oh, this paper is safe. I used Little Women paper, the Little Women book leftovers. Now, go the same way. Sorry if I'm quiet. I've really had to deal with this crazy hip today. And a lot of it is, as my husband says, I don't. He doesn't say it like I'm about to say it. He says it nicely. But basically, if you'd stay out of your craft room. I don't want to stay out of my craft room. I feel like being in my craft room, it's just my ankle keeps swelling, and the nurse told me keep it elevated. Well, that's all right. That's because they are always concerned you might get some kind of blood clot or something. Okay, I'm going to put this in the far left-hand corner as well. And this is a big one, but now you can shrink these down. And I did. I just thought it was so cute. And having the blue flowers just made it even better. There we go. Now right here on this side, we have a double pocket. And you know what? I'm going to find some paper that I can stick here. Oh, I just found her name. This is the name of the person that makes these frames. After Midnight Design. So we're going to go like this. And I'm going to stick this under here. And that way I don't have to worry about getting these... getting the other pages all black, brown, whatever color we're doing here. Okay. I still like it to be on the edge. It is easier if you ink those as you go, because that's what I did in the last one, but it just takes time away from what you're doing also. So anyway, there we go. Let's go to the next page. Now on this page, I've already inked and cut out this little index paper to journal on. And you could put it in like that or in like this. Now, I want us to put, let me find, I want us to put some little prompt, like little words to prompt you when you're journaling. So with this one, we're just going to do journal. Okay. And I am going to ink it a little bit. And I'm going to use my glitter glue. And I'm just going to put it up here on the top. If you wanted to, you could put something here. Let's see what else I've got. If I can find the word notes, that would be good. Oh, well, what do you know? I think I did. It's a different color, though. Come out of there. Oh, there it is. Excuse me while I dig it out. Oh, no, that one says notebook. We want the one that just says notes. And I saw it a second ago. I saw several, but you can't get hold of them, or they're not the right color, or they're too big. So here's one that's kind of a grayish color, so we'll use it. And we'll darken it up a little bit. Okay. All right. So there we go. So you want to put it, you want to slide it right back down in there. Now remember, we have to ink the pocket. If we don't, it will look odd. It'll be the odd man out. One thing I don't get real concerned about on most things is how neat my inking is. The sloppier the better. I don't care. I mean, I don't want it to just as long as it doesn't distract from everything else. Okay, right there. It's that page. Let's see. Okay, now we're coming up on a it's kind of like this is a die cut also that is like a 3-tiered pocket, kind of like Tim Holtz seed packs, and you put multiple tags in here. And again, you can just, I found it by Googling die cut pockets or journaling pockets or whatever. Now I'm going to put this on with glitter glue. This is a big one compared to the one that Tim Holtz makes. But I do have his as well. But this is kind of a big book, so I thought, well, we might as well. And we're going to put it, let's see, do we want it on the right? Oh, you know what? I think I want it on the right. But most of my design's on the right. So we're going to go right here and put it on the left, just like the others. And I had decided I thought this big bold stripe would look good because everything's such a light blue. Now this one, it reminds me of a chest and drawers. A chest with drawers. Do you remember those from your room when you were kids? And they'd always have those fancy little handles on the doorknobs, or the knobs of the drawers. Blah. I'll get it out in a minute. Okay, so I printed those out in kind of a creamy color. You could do them all different colors. You could leave them and do them one solid color. But I decided to do them all the same because it looks nicer. Let's start at the bottom and work our way up. And you just want to leave enough blue. You want it to just, show the blue around the outside. I tell you, since my husband bought, since we bought our patio furniture, Sadie doesn't want to be anywhere else except on the patio. Her pretty little sweet smell is starting to smell like dog. I told my husband, I said, you're going to have to bathe her. She's smelly. It's only been a week. He says, yeah, she'll probably have to have more baths, won't she? And I said, yeah. I said, and you've had her out here for hours. He took her out the whole time he was putting together the furniture. And I was like, oh my word, honey, she's burning up, I bet. He goes, no, she hadn't. I brought her water out and she's been fine. And she loves it, you guys. She loves outside. I just don't want her out there by herself. Because she's that size that you've heard the horror stories with hawks whipping down and taking little small dogs. And I have a lady that I know that happened to, and the thought of that just makes me ill. So I can't handle the thought of that happening to her. So that's more money I can spend on something else, right? If I don't do the fence like we first thought we would. And this winter, we'll buy some kind of little heat source so that we can do hot dogs and s'mores and with the grandkids. That's the goal we have. Okay, what happened to my little eraser? All right. All right. So that's how that ends up looking. Now you have to let it completely dry. And then inside, I'll show you how. I'll just grab a couple of these little paper tags. Show you. You just slide it inside these pockets. All different sizes. I'm just going to show you by, putting like 3. But you can do it however you want. You stack them according to what you'd like in there. Isn't that cute? I think it is too. And I'm thinking, do we want to decorate it? I don't know. I want to use butterflies to decorate in this book. But I also have some of these cute little hearts. Like, look at those little hearts. It's not really what I want for this page, though. We'll just have to see. We'll find out what we want to do at some point. Let's see what this looks like. Maybe some little butterflies. The thing you got to remember is you can't decorate up on the top anyway. You can only decorate down here because the tags will be covering the other portion. All right. Don't have anything for that page yet. Okay, here on this page, we're also going to use this book page. And it's 2 book pages, and we flip-flopped them. We've done a video on this not that long ago. And I just noticed that I didn't ink this at all, did I? That's weird. Got all the other ephemera done, but this one didn't get inked. We'll take care of it. If I get my fingers in there. Everything is wiggling around. It's like, ah. Okay, let me put the lid onto my glitter glue before it dries on me. This is a new bottle. Don't want that happening. Okay, back to work. Now on this one, I just added paper inside the top portion here. But really, I added it on all of them. Because this is part of that bird digital. And, which is so pretty. Now down here is another little pocket. Now it is, I always double, at least double the pocket size. As far as thickness, it's not just one sheet of paper. I always double that up. Okay, and this one we could put here, no, because it has a pocket. So is this where I had it? Yeah, this is where I wanted it, right here. All right, so we'll do it the same way. And I'm going to fix it that where you could have the top as a pocket as well. Now, just because I'm fixing them where they can have a pocket does not mean that I will fill every single pocket, because this book, and it surprises me, is got a lot of space for writing, as much as you would get in a regular journal. The book might be a little bigger, but it depends on what size you want your book to be. Okay. All right. All right. So we're going to have 3 pockets on this portion, and not counting over here on the other side. Get this little bit of glue that's down here. I I think we'll do clusters. Well, maybe we can do a video to do some clusters for this book, because there's a lot of places to do it. So we want to ink it right here. Okay, I'm going to flip this up. Whoopsie. So I can get up here in the top a little bit. If you look down, you can see inside this pocket and see where the original pages are. I'll show you what I mean. Let's see, right there, see? Now, moving along, let me make sure I've got all this glue cleaned up from a minute ago. Nope, there it is, it's back. Silly thing. I am trying to do better with the amount of glue I use. And I tell you what has really forced me to do that is the fact that we might get to the point we might not find glue very easily. And that would make me crazy. Okay, so on this next page, we just have pockets. But isn't that pretty? I like the way that turned out. And here, oh no, I'm not covering these. Oh, over here. So say I'm not covering those birds. This looks like a pocket, but it's not. See? It's what you call a faux pocket. And we're going to put this on this side, which is the opposite of the other one. So you can get, I think 2, let me count them just a second. 2 or 3 pockets out of the deal. All right. Alrighty. Now we will cut off a little bit of the, no, we're just, it will have 2 pockets. We will get down here as far as we can. I hope I'm in camera. Let me move over a little bit to make sure. Okay, there we go. I am holding this down here. To see if I over flooded with glue. I don't think I did. Okay, now. All right. My husband just poked his head in here and looked at me like, I'm ready to eat. I should have told him that I was coming in here and I didn't. He was sitting on the patio and I just thought he was relaxing. Letting him relax on the patio. I think he'd sleep out there at night if he could. You guys, yesterday, no, day before yesterday, I do have a story. He was coming in the house. I was in the shower and he was coming in the house and a snake came in with him. Almost got in with him. Was trying to come in with him. I guess I should reword that. And he said he had the dog in his hands. Well, actually, he grabbed Sadie up and kicked he had his work boots on and he kicked that snake across the yard. It was a baby. But we have this pond out here, so it could have easily been a water moccasin. So, yeah, that's a little scary if you think about it. So, anyway, let me make sure I got all the... Okay. We have one more thing to put on. And what would a journal be without, what are you going to guess? A belly band. A belly band. And I decided to do this in the same dark color as around the outside of the page. So we're going to do it in navy and white. Now, I'm going to do it on this side because there was one place here I didn't like the way it looked. And so when that happens, you just cover up what you don't like, right? That's what I say. Just cover it right up. This is what's going to go in it. I'm going to set this up for a minute so I can get this straight. I don't want to glue to the next page. Turn it over and do the same thing down here. I just got it a smidgen too short on the bottom, just a tiny bit. But I think it'll be fine. And it's leaking out a little bit right there. All right, and this flat-sided design is going to go right here, and that will be where you journal. Now, I'm going to put a letter or word on this one as well, and let me see what I can come up with. I'll see what else I've got here. What do we want to write little notes about? Let's see. Maybe friends. Maybe you want to talk about your friends. That would be good, right? I think so. And here we go. All right. I'm going to put it right in the center as best I can. There you go. Now I'm going to let that dry. I don't want to do anything to disturb it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I don't know how long it was. Oh, 2 minutes is what we had left. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I don't know if we'll be doing another video on this outside of the flip through or not. I'm just taking each day at a time and hoping that I'll get back to my old self sooner than later. All right, guys, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Usually we have a whole lot more to talk about. You know, right now we've heard it over and over and over as far as the virus goes, and I don't know about you, but I'm ready to go shopping at Joann's and Hobby Lobby and Michael's. Yes, that's the first thing I'm going to do. All right, guys, see you in the next video. Bye.